Hey, what's up, everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and I wanted to cover something that's been very, very popular. It's been in the news, caused major headlines, and it involves Arkansas passing a privacy bill that would essentially kill, good headline there, street photography. What came of this? What happened? Let's just dive into this right now. Photography is an amazing thing because you capture real moments, candid moments of people, places, and things. Oh my. And it's a great thing because it captures things that people wouldn't do, and it does take, guts. It does take some patience to get these photos, great moments from riots, great moments from romantic moments from everyday life, just around New York, just around wherever you're from. But this is in jeopardy, and it's been in jeopardy for a while of states and legislature trying to take that advantage and freedom of speech away. Well, so just about a week ago or so from the making of this video, Arkansas did pass a privacy bill that essentially would end street photography, at least in that state. And they've been in this kind of realm before. I don't get why they're so anal about it, but they can kind of keep going with that. But so they passed a privacy saying under the Arkansas State SB 79 Personal Rights Act that basically you would need written consent even if it was commercial or non-commercial use of a stranger that you photographed. So no matter what. Now my issue with this is that how is this going to be enforced? I mean, a lot of non-commercial stuff, you're not getting paid for it anyway. You're just sharing it on social media. So unless someone captures it from there, someone recognizes themselves there, which if you're a stranger, you're not Facebook friends with them or something like that. So that's almost kind of a waste in that point. But once again, this is an extreme example of someone trying to limit freedom of speech. Well, what came of this? A lot of these states and everything try to do this kind of thing and put a really extreme precedent on photographers and all this kind of stress and, freedom of speech restriction and everything like that. There needed to be, before a certain date, vetoed and everything for this to be canceled. So did this pass? Well, basically a bunch of members of the American Society of Media Photographers, photography groups around Arkansas got together and essentially had this entire bill vetoed. So street photography does live another day. Nice articles by Michael Zhang on Petapixel, by the way. So it has been vetoed. It doesn't count. I'm actually going to include this vetoed letter in the description down below of this article. And essentially it says, let's just go right here. It's everything is just too vague, and it will have the effect of restricting freedom of speech of photographers. So all this kind of stuff. And then at the end, basically, it restricts freedom of speech, and there's nothing you really could do about it because it's on public property. Once again, that just then comes down to public versus private property, all that kind of stuff. So it's been vetoed. Nice try, Arkansas, into this stupid-headed governor legislation that thinks that this is a real thing to do. How about we restrict you from driving your goddamn car, because you're polluting the environment, you shit. So all this aside, street photography does live another day. But what are your thoughts down below? As this is really starting to come to a lot of things here. What would a world be without street photography, without real candid moments? Also, could you do engagement shoots outside? Could you do all these other different kinds of shoots outside where you're in, these these nice areas, these nice public settings, New York Terminal, all that kind of stuff where there's other people? Essentially, probably not unless you get their written consent. This isn't a TV show, folks. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Just really wanted to bring this up, give you my thoughts on this, as it's a complete and utter joke. It is a restriction of freedom of speech. Yes, there is a certain level of privacy, but if you are in a public place, like just walking around New York, if you're in Times Square, there's going to be other goddamn people in the background, and no one's going to know that you took a picture of them. Unless it's like Humans of New York, but he gets, consent from all that kind of stuff. So should you need to track down everyone? Absolutely not. It is a restriction for freedom of speech if this actually passes one day, and it's utter BS. Tell me your thoughts down below.